no promises. First thing I'm going to do, I am going to create a NURBS curve on the floor. W. And then I'm going to bring it over here next to her head, right there. And I'm going to take that off because it's annoying. Let's scale it up. And using the sub-object of this object, I'm going to make a little smiley thing so you know that that's part of the mouth, because that's how I roll, baby. And not that it matters, but I'm going to center the pivot. Thank you. And I'm going to freeze the transforms. Great. I am then going to probably parent it to this, but let's save that for a little bit later. Alrighty, I'm going to rename this piece wherever it is, NURB circle, to mouth underscore shape underscore controller. So that when we go looking for it, we know what the heck it's called. Okay. Now I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to create a channel for this, right? Because I have this blue line. I wonder what that blue line is. It's always in my way. All right, I'm going to create a channel for it. So I have that selected and I go into, not you. No, I don't need tool help. I don't need tool help. Stop it. Nobody likes Internet Explorer, especially me. All right, here. Oh, can't do that because I'm not on the shape itself. There. All the stuff, yes. In the transformation module of the attribute editor for my smiley face. I am then going to go attributes, add attributes. And I'm going to call this one, what's the first one we're making? How about A? No, we will make them all in here. But we're going to, yes. Oh, I couldn't hear what you said. Oh yeah. So right click on it and use WinZip or 7-zip or RAR to code on it and it'll open it up. All right. MS for mouth shape, right? And then I'm going to do AAA because if it's just an A, it's hard to see. So I'm going to do triple A, although it's A and I. So I'm going to add I to the end of that. So this is our first shape. And I'm only going to make the minimum is 1. The maximum I'm going to make 6. And the default is going to be 3. No, actually the default's going to be 1 on this because it's either open or it's not. All right, so the one thing to remember when you're setting various attributes on the same object using the same controller piece like this is that if whatever you pick here, right, like this 161 and float and keyable and all that stuff needs to be consistent throughout anything attached to this. If it's different, it starts screwing up. So pick whatever you want here, but there's no point in really going. It's either fully off or fully on is what we want. You don't need a default. The default position is fully off, which will, in this case will be 1. Right? So I hit add and oops and close. and we go check to make sure it's there. Thank you for your time. There's our first mouse shape. Mouse shape AAAI. And this is on 1. So I am going to go in and find these again. And if you select them and hit F, they select that. Got a lot of these lip mouth rig. So that's all of them, but I think we need to select that to here, right? All this stuff. Wow, that's going to be fun to frigging do. What if we just selected these? Can we get away with it? Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so now we need to do the set driven key thing, right? So we select this and we then select on this control thing, get the set driven key editor out. There's that. Put that right here. This is our driver, this mouse shape. We want to load the driver. There it is. And this is the current, we're going to end up with a bunch of these in here, but the AAAI is what we're going to concern ourselves with to start off with. And we're trying to hit this mouse shape here, A, right? So let's put this on to 6, right? Which was my highest one. And oh, I need to add these things to the deal. So I'm not going to add all the little bits, but I am going to add these mover bits. These mover bits control the little bits, and I think I can get the shape I want from just using this. So I'm going to select, if you look at here, I haven't selected any of the little in-between bits. I've just selected this triangle, this square, and then the loop around her neck because that controls her jaw, and we'll need that. Okay. And I'm then going to select a little bit differently, translate through rotate, like all of these I want on there. Oh, I didn't load the driven. Darn it. So I'm going to load the driven because they're selected right now. Badoop, there's the driven. Great. And then I'm going to pick them all and go on this one. Oh, it's locked out. Great. So you can't do scale or anything anyways. I'm going to select all those. Actually, I'm going to select all those. Right? That. Okay, make sure we're on my highest number there, which is 6. Great. Select the first one. Select all the, oh wait, I've got to animate it. So I'm going to pull that down a little. Rotate this open a little bit. And once again, I'm looking here at what an A looks like and trying to match it. I'm going to move this up. These translate. These don't rotate. These holders. And then the corners of the mouth are up a little bit. She's gonna be a big talker. And then anything else? Is that mouth open too much? Like a Texas sort of thing? And then once I'm just moving these around, and once the shape is sort of how I think it should be. Then I can set my keys. Right? That's selected, that's selected. These are all selected. And I want the key, 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 key. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is have the mouth closed. It's hilarious. I should have done that one first because now I have to animate back to that. Um, that's okay. So now I'm going to go back to my shape, and that's my 6. And now I got to go back to my 1, and I have to animate back to it. If I just hit the 1 in the first place, I wouldn't have to animate back to it. But it's all right. I will live because I can go here and go 0 that out, and then select this. I think I can 0 that out, 0 that out, and 0 that out. That's our neutral position. Yeah. All right. Then I can go in here and key, 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 key. I get this out of the way. We select, yes, please save. Select the mouth shape again. There's 1. There is a. Aw, aw. Neat, huh? Okay, only 10 more to go. Oh, la, 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 la. Okay, so when you move on to the next one, it's very important that you don't have the mouth open like this, because then you're animating on top of animating. And we'll get into that a little bit later, because you can animate multiple channels at the same time. And if you forget to close one, sometimes you get really weird shapes in the mouth, or there's like a slow, like, chatter or something. All right. So let us um, move on to the next one, right? So we need to add another mouth shape to this, and we're going to add, what do you want to add? We'll add something totally different. How about M? This MBP, that one. So we're going to then select the mouse shape again, go back to our attribute editor, um, and this time we want to go back to the transform area, and we are going to add another attribute. We're not going to edit the one we have already. We're going to add another one, and this one is going to be called ms underscore mmm and p to match what we have in this one, MSAAAI, MS, MMMP. The minimum is 1, the maximum is 6, the default is 1, float, keyable, scalar, add that. Okay, yeah, whatever, just close. Don't be a pain in the arse. And then it shows up here. Great, now we need to load the thing in there. It should have populated. There it is. So you might have to click around, click on this and click out here and then click back here. And then it'll say, oh wait, there's new stuff to look at. So here's the first one we did, right? And now here's the second one we did. And we're doing all the same stuff. We're just putting in a different mouth shape. So I'm going to go to I'm going to do it right this time. Select this and make sure that I'm in my number 1 position. And then thanks, Alexa. Apparently Alexa wanted to know what the date was, wanted me to know what the date was. All right, so so now we're going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to set my 0 position, or my 1 position, which is the default position for the mouth. It's the same one this one had. Key it, key it, key it, key it, key it. Great. And then I'm going to come back here, select this, put this on 6, because this will be the M position. And then I'm going to move these into position. Hi, dog. What's going on? It's hot outside. Don't go out there. My dog woke up. She's like, it's hot outside. I'm like, well, duh, you've been asleep all day. Stupid dog. And I'm kind of looking at the M shape, making sure that this matches up with that. Okay. Maybe a little more bottom lip, a little less top lip. There we go. Come back here. Set the key, set the key, set the key, set the key, set the key. Close it. I'm going to select this. Come back here, make sure it works. Mm, 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 fantastic. Caroline rig con boca. Technically con boca grande. For you people who don't speak Spanish, that means with a mouth. You can just put Caroline with the mouth shapes. Alcadok. Isn't this fun? How far are you guys along? Anybody? Daniel, how far are you along this whole process? Oh, wait. Cool. All right. I'm going to end the video here, but let me say something in the video like, okay, so from here, all you need to do is keep doing this 8 more times and hit all these mouth shapes. And keep creating each one of these new channels that's attached to this should be correlate with one of these mouth shapes so that we can call up any of these mouth shapes in animation while we're animating it. Great. Okay.